So in this problem, we're told, in the system of equations above, k is a constant, and x and y are variables. For what value of k will the system of equations have no solution? And so the easiest way I think to think about this is graphically. So if we have like an x and y plane here, when we have some lines here, right? So this line and this line, when are they not going to have a solution, right? So things don't have a solution, or two lines are never going to touch, right? Because when they touch, that means we have a solution, and they will never touch if the lines are parallel. So what we need to do is make sure these two lines are parallel to each other. And so that's how we're going to guarantee that they have no solution. So what we want to do is find a variable k where both of these are going to be parallel. And so I think the easiest way to do this is by moving these into y equals mx plus b form. Because if we have it in that form, all we got to do is look at m, which is the slope. And we know two lines are parallel as long as they have the same slope, but different y-intercepts. So what we want to do is move these into the form y equals mx plus b. And so what I'm going to do is start with the top equation. So we have kx minus 3y is equal to 4. So essentially all we got to do is solve for y. And so in order to do that, we can subtract kx from this side. So we have minus 3y is equal to minus kx plus 4. And then in order to get y by itself, we can divide both sides by minus 3. And so we're going to get y equals, and then we're going to just divide each term by it instead of having one big thing. So minus k divided by minus 3. I forgot the minus. And so minus k divided by minus 3 is just going to be k over 3. And then we multiply by x. And then 4 divided by minus 3 is just minus 4 over 3. So this is going to be the first equation written in that form. So let's write it up here. So y equals k over 3, x minus 4 over 3. And then let's do the next one. So it's going to be 4x minus 5y equals 7. And so same thing for this one, we got to solve for y. So if I minus 4x from both sides, we'll get minus 5y is equal to minus 4x plus 7. And then we can divide both sides by minus 5. And then we'll get y equals minus 4 divided by 5 is going to be 4 over 5. Then multiply by x. And then 7 divided by minus 5 is minus 7 over 5. So let's write the equation here too. So y equals 4 over 5x minus 7 over 5. And so we see that both of our y-intercepts are different, which is good. And so that means all we got to make sure is that our slopes are the same. So these two coefficients out front. So we need to make sure that k over 3 is equal to 4 over 5. So we need to solve for k, right? So what we want to do is make sure these are over the same number. So we're going to try and find where we want to make 5 and 3 a common factor. So 3 and 5 both go into 15. So I'm going to rewrite this over 15 to make it easier. So we want to write 4 over 5 to be a number over 15 instead. 5 goes into 15 3 times. So we want to multiply 4 by 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So you can see that if we divide this by 3, we'll get 4 over 5. And then this one, 3 goes into 15 5 times. So we want to multiply k by 5. So it would become 5k. And so now we have these here. And since these numbers on the bottom are the same, we can just ignore them and set the top equal to each other. So we have 5k equals 12. And then in order to get k by itself, we just divide by 5. So we're going to get that k equals 12 over 5. And so, right, that's what it's asking for. Which value of k will the system of equations have no solution? So the answer to this is going to be 12 over 5. And if we look at that, that's going to be a. So these are going to be wrong. So a is going to be our answer. And so the key takeaway from this problem is when equations have no solution. So they don't have a solution when the lines are parallel. So keep that in mind for future problems.